Hello everybody, we should be live. We are near the Finger Lakes Regional Airport. You may not be surprised to hear that I have been hoping to find snowy owls, well, a snowy owl at least, and didn't find anybody. So I think we're going to continue on our way to Montezuma. I have stopped in actually a couple locations, two or three, really three locations you could say. Only one of which had any kind of a notification on eBird. I believe it was last Monday. So I mean, nothing really recent in terms of a reported sighting. Oops. But you know, I was hopeful. So I went first to the location where we did see one a few weeks ago. And then I went to another location.
In 1,000 feet, turn left onto Ferrin Road.
Where a different owl apparently had been seen. And I didn't see anybody there either. And that's the one that was reported last Monday.
Turn left onto Ferrin Road.
And then I decided to come here to the area around the Finger Lakes Regional Airport.
Continue on Ferrin Road for 1.5 miles.
Now there's snow on the ground, and that that can make things a lot more difficult if there happens to be an owl on the ground. Today it is it's currently 28 degrees according to my car's thermometer. I had seen it as low as, I believe it was 11 degrees. So it's warming up a bit, and we've had a couple of really cold days, and but today's supposed to be quite a bit milder. I believe into the low 30s, which is cold, but not nearly as cold. So everything's relative. Let me just stop here for a moment. I want to look at something. Everything's relative, so we'll take what will feel relatively comfortable today. I hope you've all had a good week. I have to say I haven't seen all that much of special interest of birds over this week, but maybe we'll make up for started off quite cold. As I indicated, I don't remember I don't know how accurate it was, but I think it was, I checked the weather in Ithaca fairly early, and I think it was reading like -4 or something like that. Why are these people pulled over like this? Why are they pulled over? Oh! Hold on. Those bird watchers? I might have recognized one of them. I'm not sure. Forget it. If they were bird watchers, they just continued on, so if they were. And again, I'm not sure that they were. So we're going to continue onwards.
In 1,000 feet, turn right onto Garden Street Extension.
I still don't know my way around all these various
Turn right onto Garden Street Extension.
these various roads, so I rely on GPS to help me get to where I need to go.
Continue on Garden Street Extension for 3/4 of a mile.
I thought I might have seen Jane McGowan of the Cornell lab, but I'm not sure if that was him. I don't know his car anyway. But they had been pulled over. And I thought, well, you know, if that is Jane McGowan, maybe he sees something that's worth seeing.
In a 1/4 mile, turn left onto New York 89 North.
He's certainly a better bird watcher than I am.
Turn left onto New York 89 North.
All right, that's enough of that. Just you know, a few minutes from Montezuma, so we might as well. Now, last week we really didn't see anything in the Montezuma area. And you know, given that fact, I would say you know, it's not worth the trip. But as I've mentioned before, if we're here, well, might as well look, because we might see something. But we're, you know, so being that we were so close already, it's worth it just to take a look around. But if I didn't, you know, go to other areas along the way, I wouldn't have bothered. And you know, the potential for snowy owls is makes it worth it. Although I'm wondering if oh, what do I see in the air? Red-tailed hawk in the air by the looks of things to our left. Hi, baby. Just gliding along. That will be the 14th red-tailed hawk I've seen today. I have also seen 3 bald eagles today. 1 and then 2. One was closer, but then the 2 were together later on. I have seen actually 4 bald eagles, now that I think about it. There was a large bird in the air gliding. I didn't get a very good look at it, but somehow it looked like a bald eagle. Forgot about that one. So anyway, since we're here in the Montezuma area, we'll go to a few locations, take a look around. Maybe we'll have some luck and see something of interest. Now that I think about it, we did see one rough-legged hawk last week, but we just didn't see it very well. It wasn't close enough to get a good look. And we did see one or two red-tailed hawks. Before, I think I start off many sentences like that. Oh, I see. Who's that up above us? Looks like a bald eagle above us. I hope you lifted your feet as we went over the railroad tracks. As I've mentioned before, you know, winter obviously can bring its challenges when it comes to, you know, to bird watching, but it also has its own benefits. And the fact that, you know, the trees are, you know, without leaves, with certain driving along and perched in trees. And I really do believe there are pattern changes, just, or at least, maybe I shouldn't do this, but extrapolating from what I've seen of the hawks that live near me. Because I see them on poles, you know, utility poles this time of year. And I generally don't see them on those poles so often in the warmer months. Certainly not like in, you know, in summer. Not nearly as often, I should at least say. Maybe, I'm not going to say never, but not nearly as often. That really, if you think about it, shouldn't come as too much of a surprise to you for me to say that. I mean, obviously we watch Big Red and Arthur, and we can see some differences in their behaviors as well. Certain times of the year, they're more likely to be seen in certain areas, I think. At least a little bit more likely. Behind me, I'm going to have to pull over, I think. Let it pass. Let's do that right here. So far, I'm seeing nothing. No rough-legged hawk, no red-tailed hawk. What that is in the ground. Nothing. Okay, nothing. Never mind. Never mind. I might see a red-tailed hawk. I'll give you a look before. It'll be farther away, but the angle will be better here, I think, believe it or not. Oh, actually, just took off. Okay, it was, yeah, I don't see it any longer. It was in a tree over there. Something's odd about the camera. It seems to be very, the screen seems to be very dark. 1 second. Oh, that doesn't help. Oh, that's better. Okay. Anyway. I'm going to stop counting now. That was the 15th hawk. Now, a hawk just crossed the road. Oh, we make it 16 at least because we've got 2 hawks in the air now. One there that flew that way and the other that came across from the other side of the road where we had seen one fly before. Come on, wire. Oh, make it another hawk. So we've got 3 hawks in the area. Oh, come on, Ferris. Hold on. I think we have 3 hawks in the area. I say I think because I'm not sure if that other one just simply flew back across the road and I didn't see it. Hold on, we've got a car coming and I'm going to see if I can change cameras, okay? 1 second. Yeah. Hold on a second. I've got another car coming. See if we can get a look at these 2 hawks, even though we don't know them or anything. Oh, one just took off. I'm gonna let him go. We're gonna keep going. Sorry. I think the other one just took off also. Yeah, so maybe it wouldn't have been worse. Would have not been worth the change of cameras. We would have only seen them for a few moments, if that. But I saw 2 on one side. I showed them to you, and I don't know if they're like I said, I showed you when they were both in. When we had 2 hawks in flight, one had come back over from the left side of the road, or at least I believe it was one that had come back over. And then all of a sudden we had another one in view, and I thought there was a 3rd hawk, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe looking back over, maybe the one that was on the right maybe came back over. Given the fact that there was some calling, I wonder if there was anything going on with a 3rd hawk. I don't know. Just not sure. February 2nd, as you probably realize. And, you know, to me, even though it's still winter, clearly, we just had very, very cold weather yesterday, and it's still cold today. It's just nice to turn the calendar. January. Again, not that it's spring yet, but still feels good. Nothing going on that I can see so far as we're driving. Some of these canals, or whatever they are, as we're driving over them, you know, I'm not showing you, but they are not completely, but largely covered with ice. I don't know how. Oh, there's an eagle. Maybe, I think we'll turn around. We'll maybe go take a look. Let's do that. Turn around, and then I think we'll turn around again, just so that it's a little bit more convenient for me. Still there, it's an adult. So I'll turn around, I think at Maze Point, just makes it easier, and let's see if we can get a better look. For you, a look at all, because I haven't shown you yet. Don't do this at home. I've said it before. I don't condone bad driving, I just commit it. Not normally, but just, you know, when bird watching, I have to admit I do that on occasion. Okay, let's see. Yep. First, I'll give you a quick look with this camera at what we're looking at. Right here. Okay. And I'll switch cameras. There we go. And we'll see if we can get a better look. I know we've seen eagles before, but it's nice to see them. I love them. Happens, I'm lightening it up just a little bit, you know? Maybe I'll leave it the way it is. Oh, there's another eagle in the air. No, that's a great blue heron. What are you doing here? You don't belong here. Tell your mother. Check on the chat room, see if you guys are up and running. Okay, we're up and running. Good to know. While you're looking at the eagle, I'll look around, see if there's anybody else is present. What I understand about great blue herons, I don't know where I heard this, who said it, I don't know that person or source's level of expertise, but my understanding is great blue herons will go as far as they need to. You know, it's not that a great blue heron from here will automatically fly all the way to Florida, you know. Just it goes as far as it needs to in order to, you know, find a place where it can look for food. That's what I've heard. That's probably you know, today's 2nd of February, and this is probably the latest into the season I've ever seen a great blue heron. We won't stay with this eagle forever. We'll look at it for a little bit. It seems to be just hanging out there. It's a nice look at it, though. A little bit of distortion that we're dealing with. Not too much, but a little bit. I'm going to lighten it up a little bit, too. Just a little. Really are beautiful birds, and I'm so glad I'm able to see them on occasion. I've said it many times before to various people, but you know, when I was younger, hearing in school or wherever about problems that bald eagles were having. There was a thought of extinction. You know, I didn't think I would ever see one, or at least certainly not on a regular basis. And to be able to see them like this, I just feel very fortunate. won't stay on it too long. But very shortly. Down below, you know, there's like little or no open water that's not covered by snow and or ice. And my point in saying that is that, you know, I don't believe it's looking for fish. It may be just relaxing there. It doesn't even seem to be looking down. And quite honestly, why would it? There's nothing to look at. It's covered with snow and ice. But we'll stay here another minute or so and then we'll move on. Unless something else happens of great interest. Here right now. It's just neat to see a bird sometimes and watch it and be able to look at its eye and see where it's looking. I think we're going to get going. Give you just one more quick look with this camera, not so much at the eagle, but just the general area here. You can see now we're on a bridge, and you know, there's at least in the areas I can see, you can see the water's all covered with snow and ice, and the eagle is right up there. pretty much the same thing in that direction. There's water flowing through. This must be a lock or whatever, and so there's water going underneath. It's moving, but the surface is covered. Why is the window open? No, we don't want to hear any music. Okay. In fact, hold on one second. I don't need that plugged in at all. Okay, let's go. Hi, Eagle. Good to see you. You know, maybe if I had moved forward just a little bit and had some of the branches in the background, might have been better to see the eagle a little bit. But as I had it, it was all a white background, so maybe I should have done that. Sorry. Not so much for photo purposes, but just for actual seeing the detail and how the camera would handle the light. I'm glad we will over there, and no activity. I'm hoping that if it is in fact any things this spring, but you never know. Hard time keeping things connected here. Sorry about that. It's just a tough spot. So I won't go too much further. In the spring, you know, the nest is further on ahead. In the spring, I'm going to have to do something different. Either I'll have to just record on my own and then show you later, or maybe do something to improve the signal strength there, but we'll see. Considering various options, but one sounds good. It's available. But I hope you're back with me. Everything's frozen up ahead, so I don't believe we'll be seeing anything. So. Half the reason for my coming down this road, even though I know things are frozen, was just in case there were any small birds that, like we saw weeks ago along the road, that might be worth seeing. I don't remember if I mentioned it to you or not, but we had seen at least two small birds here along the road that I never did get a very good look at. But when looking at what I had recorded that day a little bit more closely, they seemed to me to be, and my recording really wasn't great, they seemed to be horned larks. And I really would like to see, have a good look at horned larks one of these days. As I said, we're driving along here, we're on East Road now, and the area where we normally spend, that we normally spend the most time looking at is most likely frozen. And, I realize that, but there's always a chance we'll see something else of interest that isn't, so concerned with having open water. And that's why we're here. The first time I had ever in my life seen a rough-legged hawk was, right along this stretch, actually. So there's always a possibility of seeing that, or who knows. Frozen down there as I expected. Oh, I do see. What do I see? I see a hawk of some sort. Oh shoot! I think it's a hawk. Probably a red-tailed hawk, but let me just have another look at it. I'll give you a look. It won't be a great look, but I'll give you a look. Come on, wires. Looks like a red-tailed hawk, and while I'm at it, I'll give you a look at this, just the general field down there. So you can see things are pretty well covered with snow and ice. Oh, there goes our hawk. Hey. It's gonna fly right over the car. Well, maybe not right over the car, but it flew behind us actually. And I can't see it at the very moment. I'm guessing it went to the trees that are over there on the other side of the road. I lost sight of it. I don't know where it is. Okay, but we're going to move on. Just see a red-tailed hawk in this area is really not surprising. We've seen hawks here many times, usually more often further on, but I want to look at one or two things with binoculars down there. Just to double check that, no one's hiding. Okay, I don't see anybody. It's funny to, I've mentioned how many hawks I've seen today, and I can't imagine things have changed so much over the years that the hawks weren't around before. But before I became interested in birds, I just think that by accident I would have seen some of these hawks, for instance. Just riding in the car, let's say if, again, when I was younger, maybe my parents were driving or something like that. You would think I would have seen, hold on, a small bird. Oh, wait. Looked like, oh, they just flew on. Looked like two American tree sparrows. Oh, never mind. But anyway, nowadays, now I have to admit, as I'm driving around, I'm usually looking at the shape of a hawk in a tree. And, I see them fairly often. Okay, just saw some small birds. No idea what they are. Hold on. I saw one, but it's too far for me to identify it. No, it flew on also. This is another area where we've seen birds in the past, smaller birds that prove to be of interest. Maybe they're species that we don't see all that often. I think what we'll do is we're just going to head right back. Maybe we'll drive in and through Mays Point, although let's face it, for months we haven't seen much there. Not all that much anyway. Another reason to look forward to the spring, again, is hopefully we'll get a good look at the great blue heron rookery that is near the Shockey Pool. And, now that I am aware of it and know about it, maybe make some special efforts to look at it before the leaves fill in on the trees. We saw it fairly early enough in the season last year, but it would be nice to see it a little even earlier this year. The bald eagle is still there. Hi, baby. Bye, baby. Good to see you. I wonder if I were to report my sighting of a great blue heron, here in Montezuma, I wonder if that would if it would pop up on eBird as a rare sighting, just given the time of year. Seem awfully quiet in here. Now, granted, I'm not driving with the windows open, but I don't see anything. I have to admit, I wasn't expecting to see all that much, although there's some open water there, so who knows. Pigeons. Now, if you've never been here with us before, I suspect most of you have, but if you've never been here before with us, you know that during the warmer months we spend a lot more time here. Not just in this particular location, but the general Montezuma area. There's a lot to see, and there's some areas that are, one in particular that's closed right now for the season. Now that I think about it, opening, weather permitting, in 2 months. Just 2 months. Huh? That ain't so bad, is it? Again, that's weather permitting. But normally they open Wildlife Drive on the 1st of April. Cute. I like opossums. Don't usually see them walking around, so. It's tempting to turn around and see if we can get a better look. I've never really looked at one closely before. Maybe we'll do that. Wait for a car to go by me. Really need those flashing lights so everyone stays out of my way rather than the other way around. I was going to go to the other side of the road and just be parked there the wrong way, but I think we'll settle for this. This will be good enough, I think. Just pull forward just as far as we need. I know it's not a bird, but I wouldn't mind seeing it. Okay, let's see if we can get a look. Where'd it go? Stay away from the road, you. Please stay away from the road. Hold on. I just lost sight of that. I can still see it, but I can't get it on the camera. Now we've got grasses in the way. And I'm having a hard time finding it. Oh, come on, Ferris. Alright, we're going to move forward. Let's see if we can get a better look. I can't see it at the moment. I may not be able to see it much longer. Just because of the vegetation that's in the way. Hold on, let me look with binoculars. Do I see it? Yeah, I do see it. Just barely. Shoot. Now it's going in the opposite direction, so I think we're going to give up on it. Maybe not. Hold on. I think we're going to lose sight of it completely. I can't see it now. Wait just another moment or two. Is that it? No. Okay, I cannot see it at all. Oh well, we tried. Okay. Kind of neat to see. I wouldn't have minded a better look, but we'll take it. Just hope it stays safe and stays away from the road. That would be the way to go as far as I'm concerned. Wait for a car or two and then we'll turn around and continue on as we were. Obviously that wasn't the very best look we could have had, but I'll bet it's better than the average look you get on any given day. Certainly better than I get on any given day. And just hope it's, like I said, I hope it stays away from the roads. Actually, I don't know if opossums hibernate or not, so I wonder if it's a little odd for it to be out at all. Unfortunately, you see a fair... What is that? You see a fair number of opossums. I see a hawk of some sort. Shoot. Hold on. Hawk or falcon. More likely a falcon given its shape. Hold on a second. Let me have a look at it. Maybe a Cooper's hawk. Let's take a look. That's my guess, unless it's a Sharpie. I don't know. I'm gonna back up and see as soon as I get this car away. I'm going to see if maybe I can get a clearer look than this. Maybe a better line of sight. Let's try from here. Is this better? Where'd it go? There it is. We won't stay on it too long, but I'm guessing it's a Cooper's hawk. Not our best look, so I think we're going to keep going. Still good to see, though. You know, I wonder if we'll get a better look up here. Possibly. Maybe not. Oh. We'll take one more. We'll make one more attempt. Hold on. Oh, it just took off. Okay. All right. Well, so that. So again, you know, certainly not our best trip to Montezuma, but we're seeing a few things, and I enjoyed looking at that eagle and seeing a few hawks. But I believe that once we further, I think we'll close up and then I'll head to Ithaca and restart from there. As we drive along here, anything of interest. Actually, I'm not seeing any birds at all. I see some Canada geese in the air. A few, not many. They're probably locals, if I have to guess. So I'll take a look at them with binoculars just in case there's something else. No, they're Canada geese. Okay. All right, everybody. I think we're going to take a break. And we should restart sometime around 3:15, depending on how quickly I make it back. Somewhere around there, okay? Probably, maybe a little bit earlier, if I had to guess. But let's shoot for at least to get restarted by 3:15. Okay, let me just make sure you're getting that message. Okay, you're getting the message. Okay, we'll see you all in a little while. Bye, everybody.